Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel Code 369. Today we are going to learn Bootstrap. Okay, we have completed JavaScript in the previous class, and today we are going to learn Bootstrap. And this is full stack development, and today is class 67. So we are going to learn all the front-end libraries. Okay, here you can see all the front-end libraries. For example, Bootstrap, jQuery, SASS, React, Redux, React and Redux. Okay, and finally you can be doing projects and earn certification. Okay, so now we are going to learn Bootstrap. The website in which we are learning these front-end libraries is FreeCodeCamp, and I have given link in the description box to access this website. So today we are going to learn Bootstrap. And before learning Bootstrap, what we have to know here is the versions of Bootstrap. Okay, there are some versions in Bootstrap, and let us see it. So here you can see Bootstrap versions as Bootstrap 3, Bootstrap 4, Bootstrap 5, and we have to know the differences between them. Okay, and here you can see Bootstrap 3 is the most stable version of Bootstrap. Okay, and it is still supported by the team for critical bug fixes and documentation changes. And here you can see Bootstrap 4 is a newer version of Bootstrap with new components, faster style sheet and more responsiveness. However, Internet Explorer 9 and down is not supported. Okay, Bootstrap 5 is the newest version of Bootstrap with a smooth overhaul. However, Internet Explorer 11 and down is not supported, and jQuery is replaced with vanilla JavaScript. Okay, so in FreeCodeCamp we will be learning Bootstrap 3. Okay, and it is absolutely fine because this is the most stable version of Bootstrap, and it is still supported by the team. Okay, for critical bug fixes and documentation changes. So we are going to learn Bootstrap 3 from FreeCodeCamp. Okay, and here you can see Bootstrap 3 in W3 School's website also. And if you have any doubts, you can come to this and you can learn from here also. Okay, that is not a problem. And in the get started section you can see, if you scroll down you can see Bootstrap CDN. Okay, Bootstrap CDN. So here you are having the link. Okay, this link. So if you just copy this and if you paste it in your HTML, you can use the Bootstrap. Okay, so let us see how we can do that. So close this. Now what you can do is go to this and open the Bootstrap, the first exercise. Okay, and now I have opened VS Code editor also. Okay, simultaneously I will be writing code here also, so you can be easy to understand when I use VS Code editor. Okay, so first of all what you have to do is you have to install VS Code editor, Visual Studio Code editor, and what you have to do is you have to open a HTML file. Okay, and that HTML file should be, let's say, let me create a file. Okay, for example I am deleting this. So this is a folder in VS Code editor. Okay, HTML and CSS projects, and what I am going to do is I am going to right click and give new file, and I am creating a new file, and that is html1.html. okay, html1 is the file name that I give, and you can give any file name, and .html is the extension, and that is very important. Okay, press Ctrl enter, press enter. Now here one more thing you can see, select language mode. Okay, this also should be in HTML. So first of all, what you have to do is you have to add the base structure of the HTML. Okay, for that what you have to do is you have to give HTML:5 enter. Okay, so this is the base structure of the HTML. So we already know all these things when we saw HTML and CSS lectures. Okay, so let us start. So this is nothing but Bootstrap 3. Okay, so we are going to learn Bootstrap 3. And how can you know this is a Bootstrap 3? You can see the link. Okay, first of all what you have to do is, what they have told here is, in this case we have already added it for you to this page behind the scenes. Okay, so this link is added for our code behind the scenes. Okay, so we do not have to add it, but when we are using VS Code editor we have to add it. Okay, so just copy this link. Okay, copy this link and go to your VS Code editor, and in the head element you have to add it. Okay, so if you have to add this link from some other website, you can simply go to the Google Chrome and you can give Bootstrap 3 link. Okay, so you can be getting the link. For example, here Bootstrap 3.37 released. Okay, and go below it. Okay, go down and you can see Bootstrap CDN. Okay, in this you are having a link, the first link. Okay, Bootstrap, here they have told latest compiled and minified CSS. Okay, so get this link, copy this and paste it. Okay, and the version, how can you know whether it is a Bootstrap 3 or 4 or 5? By simply seeing the version you can understand. Okay, here this is the version 3.37. so this 3.3.7 is nothing but the version of Bootstrap 3. Okay, so just copy this first link. Okay, just copy this first link and paste it in your VS Code editor. Actually this is 3.37. okay, 3.3.7, and here what we pasted from free code camp is also 3.3.7. okay, so the same link. So that's it. Let us start the exercise. So in this exercise what we have to do is, to get started we should nest all of our HTML except the link tag and the style element in a div element with the class container fluid. Okay, so first thing which you have to do with Bootstrap is you have to add a div element. Okay, and add class as container fluid. Okay, so first of all we have to know what is a container fluid. So give container fluid in Bootstrap. Okay, actually we can see it in W3 schools. Okay, so containers are used to pad the content inside of them, and there are two container classes available. Okay, one is container and another class is container fluid. Okay, so the container class provides a responsive fixed width container. The container fluid class provides a full width container. Okay, spanning the entire width of the viewport. So here you can see this is container. Okay, this is a fixed width, and this container fluid is nothing but covering the entire width of the screen. Okay, that's it. So now we are going to add container fluid class. Okay, so first thing which you have to do in Bootstrap is add the class container fluid. Okay, so here we are going to do it. So let us copy all these code from this, okay, from this area. And from, actually this is having a link here, okay. So this link is nothing but for fonts they have got the link, okay. Some special fonts they have used, so they have inserted this link. So copy this link and paste it in the head element, okay. So whatever link you are pasting, that should be in head element, okay. And then you are going to add style element. So style element is nothing but all the styles of CSS, okay. We already know all these things when we learnt CSS. So just copy this and paste it in the head element, okay. So CSS also should be pasted in the head element, okay, style element, okay. Style element should be pasted in the head element, okay. Then this is the HTML code. So from here to here, copy this and paste it in the body element, okay. So HTML code should be pasted in the body element. Okay, fine. Then what we can do is we can do indentation. For example, this UL should be coming inside that paragraph. So I am doing indentation for UL, okay. And for this LI should be coming under UL. So I am doing indentation just for visibility, okay. And this OL should be coming under paragraph. So I am doing indentation. And this LI should be coming under OL. So I am doing indentation, okay. And all these labels should be coming under form, so I am doing indentation, okay. If you have watched all of the CSS and HTML lectures that I have done, you can be knowing what is indentation, okay. So that's it. Press Ctrl S, okay, and we are going to open this file in the browser. So how to open it? You have to go to the folder that you have created for the VS Code, okay. So I have created VS Code folder, okay. I have created a folder called VS Code folder for the VS Code editor, okay. So I am opening it, and inside that folder I have created VS Code folder, and inside that I have created HTML and CSS projects, okay. So in this we can see HTML1 file, okay. So this is the name of our HTML file that we have created. So double click on it, it will open in the browser, and delete all the tabs that are not necessary, okay. So now you are having this. So this is what the code that is written in the Bootstrap, okay. So now what they have told here is we have to create development with the class container fluid, okay. So in the body element we are going to, and what they have told here is, you can see we should nest all of our HTML, okay, except the link tag and the style element in a development. So this link and, okay, this link and the style element should not be added inside the development of class container fluid, okay. Only the HTML code should be added. So at the top of the body element we are going to add development, okay, and we are going to give class of container fluid, okay. And this close tag should be coming at the end. Okay. So all these HTML code will be added inside the container fluid, okay. Press Ctrl S, okay, to save this code. So in the free code camp also we have to do the same thing. So after the end of the style element, we are going to add div element with the class container fluid. Okay. Sorry, this should be having close tag. Okay, so give a pause, use slash, and you can be asking why I am doing the double work. Okay, I am adding the code in VS Code editor and also in the free code camp, and there is nothing but the visibility here is good. Okay, so you can be easily understanding what is happening here, but in the free code camp the visibility is not good, and also behind the scenes they will be doing some code, so we cannot know what is happening there. But in VS Code editor, everything we itself have to do, so all the code that we add will be completely clearly visible. Okay, so go to the next thing. First add a new image below the existing one. So you can see a cat photo here. Okay, and below this cat photo you have to add another image. So how to add? Go to your VS Code editor and you can see the image tag here. Okay, image element. So this is what the image that we have in our browser. Okay, you can see in the browser. So this cat photo. Okay, so below this cat image we have to add another image. Okay, so how to add? So give img tag. Okay, and in the source what you have to do is you have to copy this link. So from this link the image will be added. So copy this and paste it here. Okay, then fortunately with Bootstrap all we need to do is add the img responsive class to your image. Okay, so we are going to make images responsive. Okay, so before doing this, let us see how this is happening. So press right click and give inspect. Okay, and click here. Okay, you can see a thing like this. You can see responsive here. Okay, responsive. So if you have watched all the HTML and CSS videos, it is very easy for you because already we have seen all these things. Responsive. Okay, responsive web design. So if I am changing the width of the screen, you can see the image of the cat is not changing. Okay, but when we make this image responsive, we will see what will happen. First of all, let us add the image here. Okay, yeah, we have added the image. So press Ctrl S and go to your browser and reload it. Okay, so now you are having an image here. Okay, now you are having an image here. Now press right click and give inspect and change the width of the screen. Okay, and you can see nothing is happening with the screen size. So nothing is happening with the image size. Okay, but when we make it responsive using Bootstrap, okay, for example, what we have to do in order to make it responsive, in the image element, img element, you have to add class. Okay, and the class name should be img responsive. Okay, press Ctrl S and go here and reload, Ctrl R, and now inspect and now change the width of the screen. Okay, and now you can see the image is responsive. Okay, according to the screen size. So this is img responsive. Okay, image responsive. So this is easily done with Bootstrap. So just copy this and go to your free code camp and paste it below this cat image. Okay, so here press Ctrl Enter. Next we are going to center the text with Bootstrap. Okay, so here you can see the cat photo app. This text is left aligned, but we have to make it center. So how to do it? What we have to do is we have to add class of text center. Okay, so that is what we have to do, and we have to make this h2 element. Okay, because cat photo app is added in the h2 element, so we have to make it center. So go to your VS Code editor and you can see h2 element here, and that is having the text of cat photo app. Okay, so this cat photo app, so we have to make it center. How to do it? You have to add class, okay, text center. So here we are already having the class name, okay, red text. Okay, we are already having the class called red text for creating CSS styles. Okay, so you can see here red text. So this is for CSS styles. We have created class called red text. Now we have to add another text called text center. Okay, and we do not have to give another class name at all. Okay, like this, and give text center like that. You don't have to do. Simply what you can do is, after the first class name you have to leave space and you have to give text center. Okay, so now there are two classes inside the h2 element. Okay, so if you are leaving space and then writing something, it will be considered as another class name. Okay, that's it. Press Ctrl S and press Ctrl R here. Okay, or reload. So now you can see the cat photo has come here. Okay, to the center. So here also do the same thing. Add the class name here in the h2 with the text center. Okay, press Ctrl Enter. Now we are going to create a Bootstrap button. Okay, Bootstrap has its own styles for button elements, which look much more better than the plain HTML ones. Okay, create a new button element below your large kitten photo. So this is the large kitten. Okay, 3 cats. So below that we are going to create a new button. Give it the btn and btn default classes as well as the text of like. Okay, so below the large kitten image, so this is the image of the large kitten. Okay, and below this we are going to create button. So give button and press enter. So this is how the button element will be looking, and inside this we have to create class of btn and btn default. Okay, so whatever button style you are including using Bootstrap, you have to give btn, okay, as the class name, and btn default. Okay, so some default button styles will be including using btn default. So we will be seeing some more classes, okay, for button hereafter, and you have to give text of like. Okay, press Ctrl S to save this and go here and reload. So what you can see here is, you can see a like button here. Okay, you can see a like button here. So if I do not have this class, what will happen? If I remove this, you can see what will happen. Press Ctrl S and press Ctrl R. So this like button is normal. Okay, but when I do Bootstrap, press Ctrl Z, press Ctrl S and press Ctrl R here. So this like button is something different. Okay, from the normal HTML. So copy this button and paste it there in the free code camp below the large image kitten. Okay. Now we are going to create a block element bootstrap button. Okay, block element bootstrap button. So what is the usage of block element? Block element is nothing but, okay, block element is nothing but if we include something in the block element, it will be completely covering the full width of the image, full width of the screen. Okay, so let us see how it works. For example, this like button is in the left edge. Okay, but when we make it a block button, it will be covering the full width of the screen. Okay, so let us see it. So we have to add btn block here. Okay, press Ctrl S. Now normally this button is looking like this, and when we reload this, you can see this covers the entire width of the screen. Okay, so this is what btn block is. Block element is nothing but it will be covering the entire width of the screen. Okay, so that is what block element is. Then go back here, also add the same thing. Okay, btn default, btn block. Now taste the bootstrap button color rainbow. Okay, the btn primary class is the main color you will use in your app. Okay, it is useful for highlighting actions you want your user to take. Now replace Bootstrap's btn default class with the btn primary in your button. Note that this button will still need btn and btn block. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to replace btn default with btn primary. Okay. So normally the default settings for the btn was there in the previous code. Okay, using btn default. Now we are going to remove this btn default and we are giving btn primary. Okay, and press Ctrl S, and here press Ctrl R. Okay, or reload. So now we are having some colors in it. Okay, the button colors. So that's it. So Bootstrap is really easy. Okay, nothing difficult in it. So give btn primary here. Okay, and you can see the outputs here also. Okay, by changing this. Okay, you can see whatever happening here, but this is little difficult, but because the space is very less. Okay, so press press Ctrl Enter. Now call out optional actions with btn info. Okay, Bootstrap comes with several predefined colors for buttons. The btn info class is used to call attention to optional actions that the user can take. Create a new block level Bootstrap button below your like button with the text info. Okay, and add Bootstrap's btn info class to it. Note that these buttons still need the btn and btn block classes. Okay, so below the like button we are going to create another button. So give button. Okay, and we have to add info as the text, and we have to give class btn block. Okay, so btn is very important. Okay, always you have to give btn class, and a btn block is nothing but this will be made as a block. Okay, So it will be covering the full width of the screen. This button will be covering the full width of the screen. And we are going to give BTN info class, okay? BTN info. Press Ctrl S and see the output here, what will happen, okay? Press Ctrl R. So now we are having a button called info and it is different in color, okay? If I give BTN primary here, what will happen? BTN primary also. So nothing is happening, okay? So here what they have said is BTN info class is used to call attention to optional actions that the user can take, okay? So so you have to add button here, okay? So copy this and add it in the free code camp below this button. Now warn your users of a dangerous action with BTN danger, okay? BTN danger is the button color you will use to notify users that the button performs a destructive action, such as deleting a cat photo. So now what you are going to do is we are going to add a delete button, okay? So delete is a dangerous thing because once you delete it, all the data will be erased. So we are making it some different in color, okay? We are making it looking in some different color. So we are going to add BTN danger, okay? Create a button with the text delete and give it the BTN color danger, okay? So again we are going to add some button. So press Alt Shift down arrow. So now you will be having a button and change all these things. So BTN and BTN blocks should be there and we are going to add BTN danger, okay? And change the text as danger, okay? Danger, I think so. Delete, no, delete. You have to give the text of delete, okay? Copy this and paste it here, okay? Press Ctrl Enter. Now we will see the output of this button, okay? So we are already having like an info button. Now we have to reload and you can see the delete button in red color, okay? So this is a danger. If you delete, the data will be erased. So be aware of it, okay? So we are giving red color. So next what we are going to see is use the Bootstrap grid to put elements side by side. So this is a very important concept in Bootstrap, okay? Column grid system. So already we saw grid in the CSS, okay? But that was somehow complex. But in Bootstrap, this grid system is made very simple, okay? For example, let us see in the hint, okay? Get a hint. And you can see this image, okay? Let me download this. Or full screen, we can make it full screen here itself, okay? So no problem. So you can see this, okay? So there are 12 boxes, okay? 4, 8, 12. So this is a 12 column grid system, okay? In Bootstrap 3, we will be using 12 column Bootstrap system, okay? Sorry, 12 column grid system. And this 12 column will be named as column MD1, okay? Column MD1 like this. So every box will be having the value of column MD1, okay? And if I give column MD8, okay, if I give column MD8, this will be having the area of 8 boxes, okay. And if I give column MD4, this column MD4 will be having the space of the area of 4 boxes, okay. And if I give column MD4, it will be covering the area of 4 boxes, like this for here also, column MD4, column MD4. And if I give column MD6, it will be covering the area of 6 boxes, okay. And you can see we have given column MD6, column MD6. So this will split the width of the screen into 50%, okay, half of the screen. Because we are having 12 column grid system, if we give column MD6, column MD6, it will be separating the string into 2 parts, okay. So that is what the usage of column MD6 is, okay. So this column grid system is very important, okay, in Bootstrap. So we will see how it works in the exercises, okay. Now what we are going to do is, here you can see, so read all these things, okay. Take for example Bootstrap's column MD, and the star is nothing but the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay. So column MD star class, here MD means medium, okay, and the star is a number of specifying how many columns wide the element should be, okay. In this case, the column width of an element on a medium sized screen such as laptop is being specified, okay. So for laptop at all, what we have to give in this MD is XS, okay, extra small, where XS means extra small, okay, like an extra small mobile phone screen. So you don't have to worry what you have to give in this MD, okay. So whatever you give, XS or anything other than this, so there will be no problem, okay, because this is a responsive web design. So nothing you have to worry. The only thing which you have to concern is this number, okay, star. That is what you have to concern. What value you should be giving, that is what you have to concern, okay. So what they are telling here is put the like, info and delete buttons side by side by nesting all 3 of them within one div row, okay, within one div class row element. Then each of them within a div class equal to column XS4. So we will see it, okay. So don't worry about it. We will see it, what is happening here. So what they are saying is we have to put all these 3 buttons inside a grid system, okay. So first of all, what we have to do is we have to create a div element, okay, and we have to give class as row, okay. Okay, give this div here. Then we have to indent it, okay, for clear visibility. So we can see here all the 3 buttons are nested inside a div element which is having a class name called row, okay. We have to do like this. Then what we have to do is, you can see here, then each of them within a div class equal to column XS4, okay. Then what we have to do is we have to nest all the button elements inside div element, okay. And we have to give class of, what we have to give, here you can see column XS4. So this XS is not a problem, okay. You can give this XS. You don't have to worry what we should give. For example, here they have given MD, okay. MD means medium. So you can give any medium. So it can be given as access. Okay, so give call access4. We will see some other mediums in the upcoming classes. Okay, so don't worry about it. So give column call access4. Okay, and just copy this, alt shift down arrow. Okay, so this will be copied and I am moving it using alt down arrow. Okay, I am moving this using alt down arrow. Okay, so we have to close. So alt shift down arrow, press alt down arrow to move this, and here also the same, press alt down arrow to move this. Okay, so that's it. Now you can see a development containing a class row, and we have inserted all the three buttons inside the development with this, which is having class of column access4. Okay, press Ctrl S and go and reload. Now you can see the three buttons are placed into a single line. Okay, so this is the usage of column access4. Okay, so already I told, so let us go again to that. Okay, get hint, so this is what we have done. Okay, for example, every box will be having the size of column 1. Okay, column MD1, or here you can call column access1. Okay, and if I give column access4, column access4, column access4 for the three elements will be arranged side by side. Okay, in a single line itself. So here you can see in the same line all the three elements have got arranged, because we have given column access4, column access4, column access4. Okay, so we have split column access12 into three parts by giving the number column access4, column access4, column access4. Okay, so that is how it works. So column access12 is splitted into three parts by column access4. Okay, so all the three elements will be arranged in the same line itself by getting divided into three parts. Okay, so that's it. So copy this code. Okay, sorry, this whole class. Okay, this row, and go to here and let me remove all the three buttons, and I give this whole thing. Press Ctrl Enter. So next, ditch custom CSS for Bootstrap. Okay, we can clean up our code and make our cat photo app look more conventional by using Bootstrap's built-in styles instead of the custom styles we created earlier. Okay, so don't worry, there will be plenty of time to customize our CSS later. Delete the dot red text. Okay, p and this dot smaller image CSS declarations from your style element, so that the only declarations left in your style element are h2 and thick green border. Okay, so we have to remove this class from the style element red text. Okay, and then p also we have to remove, and then smaller image, that class also have to be removed. Okay, so do the same in the VS Code editor also. So we have to remove the dot red text class from the style element, and p element from the style element and smaller image, okay, from the style element. Press Ctrl S to save it. Then what we have to do is, then delete the p element that contains a dead link. Then delete the p element that contains a dead link, okay. So we have to see where is p element. So here is the p element, okay, where we are having a dead link. Dead link is nothing but there is no link is given, okay. So here you can see there is no link given, okay. This href is empty here, just we have inserted hash here, okay. So this is a dead link. So what they have said is we have to delete the p element that contains a dead link. So remove this, okay. So here also remove this p element which is having no link, okay. So press Ctrl S to save this. Then what we have to do is, then remove the red text class from your h2 element. So from the h2 element we are going to remove the red text, okay. From h2 element we are going to remove the red text class. So remove this, okay. And replace it with text primary bootstrap class. So we have to replace it with text primary bootstrap class, okay. So the primary color of the app will be assigned to it. Finally remove the smaller image. So let us do it in the VS Code editor also. So in the h2 element we are going to remove the red text, okay. So here you can see in the editor, in the browser, you are now seeing the cat photo app as red, okay. So this red color came from the class red text, okay, the class red text, and we have removed that class from the style element, okay. Now we will not be having the red text color now, okay. Press Ctrl S and reload it. So now you are having only black color because this red text which was present inside the style element was removed. So even though you are having the class name as red text, you will be having only black color, okay. So this red text is no more working, so delete this, and we are going to give text primary, okay, text primary class. Press Ctrl S and reload. Now you can see the primary color of the app will be assigned to this text, okay. So in the button element we saw btn primary, okay. Here you can see in the button we added btn primary. So the primary color of the app will be added to the button, and here we are having text primary. So the primary color of the app will be added to the text, okay. Then what we have to do is, what they finally told us, finally remove the smaller image class from your first img element and replace it with image responsive, okay. So in the first image, and that is here, okay, we are having a class name called smaller image. So we have to remove it and we have to replace it with the class of img responsive, okay. So now this image will become responsive, okay. So let us do it in VS Code editor also. So in the first image we are having a class name called smaller image, but it will not be working because we have removed that class from the style element, okay. So what we are going to do is, so this class name is no more working, so we are removing it and we are giving img responsive. Okay, so press Ctrl S and go back and reload. So we have reloaded now. Now let us do, so right click and give inspect. Okay, and then we go to here. Okay, it is already image responsive, so we can adjust this width. Now you can see this image is responsive here. Okay, according to the size. Okay, so that's it. Now this cat image has become responsive. So that's it. Press Ctrl Enter. Now use a span to target inline elements. Okay, you can use spans to create inline elements. Remember when we used the btn block class to make the button fill the entire row. Okay, so when we use a btn block, the button has covered the full width. Okay, we already know it. And when we use inline, what will happen is it will not be covering the entire width at all. Okay, it will be covering only the space it needs. So here you can see the normal button and the block button. Okay, so this normal button is nothing but inline button. Okay, that illustrates the difference between an inline and block element. By using the inline span element, you can put several elements on the same line and even style different parts of the same line differently. Okay, now we are going to use span element to create inline element. Okay, use the span element, nest the word love inside the p element that currently has the text thinks cat love. Okay, then give the span the class text danger to make the text red. Okay, so what they are saying is, here we are having the text thinks cat love. Okay, so where it is, so here you can see things cat love. So here you can see things cat love. Okay, and then what you have to do is use a span element, nest the word love inside the p element. Okay, inside the p element that currently has the text things cats love. So this things cats love was added by using the p element. Okay, and here you can see where it is. So after the three buttons there is things cat love. So where are three buttons? So here are the three buttons. Okay, and here you can see a p element and this has things cat love. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to nest the word love inside the span element. So we have to nest this word love inside the span element. So give span. Okay, and here also give span. Okay, and now what we have to do is then give the span the class text danger to make it red. Okay, so already we know for danger the color red will be appearing, so we are giving class, okay, text danger. So already we used danger for delete button. For example, here you can see for delete that is red color, and here you can see. So for delete button we used danger and that is a button, so we used btn danger. Okay, btn danger, and this is text, so we are using text danger. Okay, so now you can see the word love has become red now. Okay, so do the same thing in the VS Code editor also. So just copy this and instead of this we are going to copy from free code camp. Okay, press Ctrl S and now you can see there is nothing happened in the love word, but when we reload it, now we can see the word love has become red. Okay, that's it. Press Ctrl Enter. Now create a custom heading. Okay, create a custom heading. Remember, Bootstrap uses a responsive grid system which makes it easy to put elements into rows and specify elements relative width. Okay. Most of the Bootstrap's classes can be applied to a development. So what they are saying is, nest your first image and your h2 element within a single div class row element. Nest your h2 element within a and your image inside. Okay. So what we are going to do is, we are going to nest our h2 element and this image, okay, in a single line. So let us see the difference now. For example, what we are going to do is, we are going to nest this h2 element and this link, okay, and this is a image, okay, image link. So when image is put inside the anchor tag, this becomes the image link, okay. For example, so this is the image link. So when we are clicking on this image, the link will be opened, okay. So it is not opening. Why? Because we have not given any link here, I think so. No, we have given link. No, we did not give any link. Okay, we have given hash here, so no link is there. So instead of this, if I give the link of Google, for example, Google, okay. So the link is here. When I copy this whole link and I give it in href, so the link is there. So now what will happen is, yeah, here. When I click on this image, the link will be opened. Okay. No, it is not opening. So what I have done here is, instead of Google, I have given Quora, okay, the website called Quora. The link of the website called Quora, okay. I have given that link. And I press Ctrl S, and if you click on it, let me reload it, okay. Press Ctrl R, sorry, this is opening. Press Ctrl R, and if you click on it, the Quora website will be opened, okay. So why I am telling this is because you have to understand why this image is inserted inside the anchor element, okay. So we already know all these things from the HTML, but just I am recalling it, okay. So what they have told here is, we have to nest both these things inside a grid, okay. So how we can create a column grid? First of all, we have to create a development, and inside the development we have to give class of row, okay. And what we have to do is, okay, then what we have to do is, we have to nest the separate elements inside a development, okay. So give div here, okay, and let me copy this for 2 elements, and let me copy this also for 2 elements, and we have to move it down for the second element. Press alt down arrow, and place it in the top of the anchor element, okay. And for closing this, we have to move it here and move it to the down, okay. So now what you can see here is, we have nested the h2 element inside a development, and we have inserted this image link inside the development, okay. Then what we have to do is, we have to give column width, okay. For that we have to create class equal to, so what is the length that they are specifying? For h2 we have to give column xs as 8, okay. So give col xs 8, okay. And for anchor element, what we have to give is, we have to give class of column access 4. So why 4? Because we are having the 12 column grid system, okay. So we have given 8, so the remaining is 4, so we are giving 4, okay. Press Ctrl S and go to your browser and reload it, okay. So now you can see H2 has covered 8, okay, 8 columns of the 12 column grid system, and this image has covered 4 columns of the column grid system, okay. So this is how it works. So if I give 5 5, sorry 6 6, both these things will be covering half of the page, okay. Press Ctrl S and reload by Ctrl R. So now you can see this H2 element cat photo app has covered half of the page, and this photo has covered half of the page, okay. So let us reset it, okay, to 8 and 4. So that is what they have said. So let us paste this whole row inside our free code camp, okay. So remove this and paste it here, okay. Press Ctrl Enter. Now what we are going to do is add font awesome icons to our buttons, okay. Font awesome is a convenient library of icons. So font awesome is nothing but a library which will be having n number of icons, okay. These icons can be web fonts or vector graphics. These icons are treated just like fonts. You can specify their size using pixels, and they will assume the font size of their parent HTML elements, okay. So you can include font awesome in any app by adding the following code to the top of your HTML. So in the head element you have to add this code, okay. So let us open this link and see what happens. So this is the link, okay. Copy this and open it here and see what happens. So this shows some error, okay. Access denied, it shows access denied. So now let us complete the exercise, okay. So in order to add font awesome icons, what you have to do is copy this link, okay. Copy this link and paste it in the head element, okay. In this case, we have already added it for you, this page behind the scenes, okay. So in free code camp, we don't have to add it because it is already added behind the scenes. Then what we have to give is, we have to give the icon name, okay. That is FAS FA info circle, okay. So how to add the icon? We should be adding the icon using the I element, okay, by giving the class name. So copy this. And one more thing, note that span element is also acceptable, okay, in order to add icons. So we are not going to add this icon, okay, they are giving something in exercise, okay. So let us try it. Use font awesome to add a thumbs up icon to your like button by giving it an I element with the classes FAS and FA thumbs up, okay. Make sure to keep the text like next to the icon. So after the icon, the like word should be coming, okay. So what we are going to do is, we are going to the button, okay, and in the button we should go to the like button, and before the like button the thumbs up icon should be added. So we are going to use I element, okay, or otherwise we can use pan element also. So now I am using I element. And inside the I element, what you have to do is you have to give class, and the class name should be FAS FA thumbs up. Okay. So now what will happen is you can see a thumbs up here in the like button. Okay, that's what. So let us copy this. Okay, in the VS Code editor, go to the like button. Okay, this is the like button. So before like, just copy this. Press Ctrl S and reload it. Okay, you can see the like button here. Reload it. Now you are seeing a like with a thumbs up. Okay. So press Ctrl Enter. Now add font awesome icons to all of our buttons. Okay. Use font awesome to add an info circle icon to your info button and a trash icon to your delete button. Okay. The span element is an acceptable alternative to the I element for the directions below. So here you can see for the info button we can give this icon. Okay, FAS FA info circle, and for trash we can give FAS FA trash icon. Okay, so let us do it. So go to the button. So go to our VS Code editor. So here we can see buttons. For info button we are going to add an icon. So we are giving span here. Okay, we can use span or italics, either you can use. So inside the span element we have to give class of what? Class of FAS FA info circle. Okay, so give FAS FA info circle. Okay, and then here also you have to do the same thing. So just copy this, from here to here, copy this, and for the delete button also you have to add icon. So paste it here. Okay, and you have to give different icon name, and that is FAS FA trash. Okay, so give FAS FA trash. Okay, so that's it. Press Ctrl S, and when you are reloading you can be seeing icons. Okay, you are having the info icon and the trash icon. Okay, so do the same thing to your free code camp by just copying this and paste it in your free code camp button. Okay, for the info button we are adding it here, and for the delete button we are adding it here. Okay, press Ctrl Enter. Now we are going to make responsively styled radio buttons. Okay, responsively styled radio buttons. You can use Bootstrap's call access. Okay, star classes on form elements 2. Okay, this way our radio buttons will be evenly spread out across the page regardless of how wide the screen resolution is. Then now we are going to create a development, and we are going to give class of row in order to make grid system. Okay, column grid system, and we are going to nest all the radio buttons inside it. So then nest each of them within a div class column access. Okay, access 6. As a reminder, radio buttons are input elements of type radio. Okay, so go to your radio buttons. So they are stored, what they are saying is, as a reminder, radio buttons are input elements of type radio. So here you can see input elements, okay, and type radio. So here you can see input elements with type radio. So these are radio buttons. So where are radio buttons? Here you can see, okay. So these are radio buttons, indoor, outdoor, okay. These two are radio buttons, and these three are check boxes, okay. So for what we are going to do is, we are going to nest the radio buttons inside a development, okay, inside a development, and give it class of row. Then what we are going to do is, we are going to insert each of the radio buttons into a development, okay, and we are going to give class of call access6, okay. So we are going to do the same thing here also. So just copy this and paste it here, okay, and that's it. Oh, you have to add another development, okay. Sorry, copy this, and at the end of this, so sorry, cut this. So I am making you getting confused, okay. So let me make it clear very easily. For example, we have created a development with a class of row, and then we have created two developments, okay, and inside that development we have inserted the radio buttons, okay. So now it is clear. So we are having a development with class row, and we are having two developments with class of column access6, okay, and then we have inserted them inside the, and we have inserted the radio buttons inside the column access6, okay. So save this and reload it. So now you will be having the indoor and the outdoor radio buttons will be having half of the width of the page, okay. So this is what responsive grid system is, okay. So just copy this and paste it in the free code camp, okay. So delete this, paste it, press Ctrl Enter. Now we are going to make the checkboxes also like that, okay. So here we are having three checkboxes. For example, here we are having three checkboxes, okay, three checkboxes, and what are they? Loving, lazy, and crazy, okay, and we are going to make it into three parts of the whole width, okay. Let me show it. So what we are going to do is, I am just copying this whole thing by using Alt Shift down arrow, okay, and what I am going to do is, I am going to add another development here using Alt Shift down arrow. Then what I am going to do is, I am going to replace this label, okay. Then I am going to, so what you can see here is, and then I am going to replace it, the 6 with 4. So we are having a 12 column grid system, okay, which is separated into three parts by giving column access4, okay, and that is all the three developments which are having column access4 are now nested inside the class of row. Okay. Then what I am going to do is I am going to insert all these three checkboxes into the three developments which are having column access4. Okay. So you can do this by using Alt upper arrow. Okay. Alt upper arrow. So now you can see inside the three developments, the three checkboxes were inserted. Okay. So that's it. Press Ctrl S and go to your browser and now reload it. Now you can see the three checkboxes have covered the whole width of the page. Okay. So now it has got divided into three. So the whole width has divided into three parts. Okay. Loving, lazy and crazy. So this is what we have to know how to use column access. Okay. The grid system. So then copy this whole row and paste it here, okay, in the free code camp. So delete these checkboxes, paste it, press Ctrl Enter. Next what we are going to do is style text inputs as form controls. You can add the FA paper plan font awesome icon by adding this awesome icon. Okay. So by adding this I element, we can give the FA paper plan font awesome icon. Okay, within your submit button. So this icon is for the submit button. Give your forms text input field a class of form control. Give your forms text input field. So where is the text input field? So this is the text input field. Okay. So let us go to the browser and see it. For example, this is where we are going to enter our text. So you can see it. So you can see it here. Okay. This is where we can insert our text. So this is the text input field. So how we have added it? Using the input field with the type equal to text. Okay. With the type equal to text. So already we know all these things from HTML. Okay. When we learnt HTML. So then what they are saying is, give your forms text input field a class of form control. Okay. Then give your form submit button the classes BTN, BTN primary. Also give this button the font awesome icon of FA paper plane. Okay. So what we have to do is, we have to give the forms text input field a class of form control. Okay. So add class here. So this is the text, this is the text input field. So we have to add a class of what? Form control. Okay. So give form control. Then what we have to do is, give your form submit button the classes BTN and BTN primary. Okay. So we already know what are BTN and BTN primary. So for this button we are going to add class of BTN and BTN primary. Okay. So the primary color of the app will be assigned to the button. Okay. Then what we have to do is also give the button the font awesome icon of FA paper plane. So this is what the icon. Okay, using I element. So just copy this, and before the submit button, okay, before the submit you have to add it. So press Ctrl S and go to your browser and see what happens. Reload. So now you are having an icon for the submit button, okay? And you can see BTN, sorry, and this text input field has covered the whole width. So if I remove this form control, what will happen? Okay, save this and reload. So this becomes an inline element, okay? But when I have the class of form control to the text input field, this becomes an form of block element, okay? Reload it and you are having a block. And now you can see the primary color of the app, that is nothing but blue, is added to the button, okay? So that's it. So let us copy this, okay, and paste it in our free code camp, okay? Press Ctrl Enter. So now I would like to conclude the session. From this exercise we will be seeing from the next class, okay? So thank you for watching my videos, friends. Thank you for supporting me. Please do subscribe and let us see the upcoming exercise in the upcoming videos, okay? Thank you.